Oh, come on. Let it out. You might feel better. Well, how do you think I can prove that I'm telling the truth to someone who doesn't believe me? Are you really sure that you're telling the truth? Absolutely. Then perhaps they might need some time to consider. But there's no time left. Then I don't know. She shrugged her shoulders independently. Well, it's something at least. I threw my winter coat into a bag and headed to the bus stop. And this is If a couple of days ago I seemed to like to stand at the gate of the camp and wait for pioneers, I would be the happiest person in this reality. But right now, I was in the mood to rejoice. There was still plenty of time left until the bus disappeared time. Sat down in the caverns and put my head in the hands. What? Why so sad? A familiar voice put me out of my thoughts. Just have had a fight with Sylvia? You could say that. And what's the reason? She doesn't believe that I'm an alien from the future. That's all I know. I wouldn't believe it either. Oh, come on. Say, Lena, seriously. If I were in your shoes, neither would I. It's not a big deal. You made up from a squatter. Yeah, but there's not much time left too. Left to what? To make the right choice. Did we read up? Pretty well. The whole camp is soon together at the bus stop. Oh, look at this CG. Look at this CG. Look at this CG. Look at this CG. Freak. Okay, let's stop. Okay. Everyone's here. Beginning of the Saba. You're leaving our camp today, and I'd like to tell you something in pairs. She was very nervous and pending losing for words. I hope that you remember the time you spent here for a lifetime, that you're reducting only praising memories about Sofana. I also hope that you become at least a little bit better managed and learned something and found new friends. Just come back next year. The camp leader turned away. It seems she was trying to hold back her tears. I didn't expect her to get so emotional, though her speaking sounds like a completely non-sound to me, as usual. Of course, this is where I met Sylvia, but now we were going through a tough time, and what will happen next is unlikely unclear. So I didn't care about whether I missed this place in Oldesava or not. Or not, unlike where the pioneers started to get on the bus, I pushed through the crowd to Sylvia. Let's sit together. Okay, she said quietly, ever though that I saw the shadows of the smiles on her face. Hey, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. The bus flew across the expression of my new world, a side flew following the forest, and then climbing rivers high land. I felt familiar with all this as if it was my own homeland. Away the surrounding with the less of concern now, I was trying hard to find the right words to start a conversation. We're just being sit here probably for a couple of hours, but all intentionally to strike up a conversation had ended with one word answered. Forget about what I said before. I don't want to make excuses or say that it's not true. Just now, the more important thing is to me is you. I understand. So look at me carefully. However, if I say something the wrong way, it talks some sense. Regularly, the main thing for me now is to be with you, and it's always will be. I understand I had two records and I planned stupidly. Ventura, but we can try to make everything right. Together, you and me. Silvio was still gazed at me. Do you realize? Do you realize that it will be difficult that you can't just run blindly into a dark because then there will be so many problems that won't be able to solve. Yes, I understand that now. But for you, I am prepared for anything. She didn't say a word, but just kissed me gently and pulled her hand from my shoulder. Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. It was done a mission. Meant yes. I didn't want to bother her anymore. Let her sleep. The point is that Sylvia finally understood what she means to me. She realized that I'd do anything for her sake. Ever if I'm overreacting or decide too early, she's ready to pull me on the right path. The path that we walk together. I'm going to lunch, bro. That's it. Night started to calm and right, but the night suddenly down to sleep. At first, I tried to fight it, but there, using enduring wasn't my adventure in the future had finally become crystal clear for me. My eyes shut just for a moment. Are we going back? Are we going back? Oh, day question mark. Oh. You don't know. There are dreams that you don't want to wake up from. It's like one that flowed down a winter river. Hold on. Oopsie doodle. Come on. Okay, day question mark. And okay, there are dreams that you don't want to wake up from. It's like one that flowed down a warm river towards a place far beyond the horizon, blissfully watching the fair world high beyond the cloud. The past is left behind. Echo, do not tear yourself. In the future is right here. You just had to reach out. It doesn't matter what is awaiting you there. The very positive of merely yourself in this very world of securities happens itself much more importantly. It's always believed that the universe was one in a stand and one day it will return to its again. Our life is just a blink of an eye, just a second compared to the universe. The birth and the death of the stars is a minute and those of the galaxies are hours. However, all that, all pulled together, will never be a day. Nobody thinks how to live each especially second, so does it? It really matter what each drop in a thunder river will run behind the horizon of the assist does it. Man, what is this? Alright, we're about to begin the game. Really, we're back, okay. I open my eyes and stride respectfully.
Okay, and I heard you too.
I had no desire to say that as I felt like I was in a peaceful bliss, mumbled in the blankets. After all, I don't have to go anywhere. It's usually accepted. I don't have any plans. So why should I just sleep? I roll over and stare at the old window wallpaper covered on the cover wall. I wonder how long ago the last time they resolved this room was. And why does here have a wallpaper instead of a blank wood anyway? We changed some things, we was in the future. Rare warnings, bells begin ringing somewhere deep in my mind. I threw the blanket away, jumped up and first began to look around. Yes, I was in my float again. At first I was paralyzed. Shock was so strong that my brain was unable to process what was going on. I just stood and gazed on the seat of the molar and the molar on the table opened me. I couldn't think I ever forgotten to breathe. Finally, my mind began to clear. What happened anyway? I fell asleep on the bus going to the distant country. Yes, it seems something like that. And Sibyl was sitting by my side, and now I'm back here. Seemed like during the week I'd spent there in the camp. I had gotten so useful in the fact that I never returned to my previous life that now I just have no idea how to react to all this. After all, at first my main wish was to get home. By then, everything was like in a bad movie. At last, I have come back, but I'm still shocked. I felt no fear. I was rather interested and upset. After all, I already made up my mind to start a new life with Sylvia, leaving all my problems behind and suit stuff. A self a self execution, unfinished, affectionate plans for the future. Obvious that life could not be worse than this one, at least. But there's no returning to it now. On the other hand, if someone had told me a week ago that I would be sent into a different world just like that, in a blink eye, I would not have believed him. So, what made such a fantastic happen against so impossible? Moving my legs with a difficulty, I went to the kitchen, got a glass of water, returned to the room. The ice cold liquid returned aftertaste of blessing powder, relieving me to some degree, not having to decide what to do next. Suddenly I realized that I could not bear the silence. I returned the computer so I let a random song in the player and managed to calm down somewhat. Entirely speaking what I can do, Rickery I related that absolutely nothing is up to me. By someone will I pull out my usual world and then send back. No answers were found during the week in the camp. What's the point in spending now? I must forget everything that happened like a bad dream. Maybe those were just illusions. I really don't care now. The only thing that prevented me from completing forgetting this shock period in my life was Sylvia. Recalling her smile and all the times we spent together. From the beginning of the very first day to night in the forest and our disappearance from the game, period from the camp, my heart fusion jumped inside my chest, bringing out his pain all throughout my body. I like her at the very sight. So gentle, caring, understanding, just like that anime heroine was her name. The one who helped a antisocial follow like me dealing with depression. Hmm. If you think about it, there are no such people in the real life. Siva has nothing in return. Needs no encourage. Never expect me to understand who prays for her work. She just was being herself, a girl that cannot exist in her real life. If you think clearly, that really exactly what she was. It seems like I seen one side week-long dream about the pyramid camp, sending teenagers and their camp leader, about a warm summer night and gathering around a fire, about light healing children game and simply human joy about one moment that led a week, the everlasting summer. But just seeing, I've been there, I was a part of everything. My eyes unweighing, filled with tears. Not tears of pain or despair, tears of sorrow, bringing my way. If everything is over, I experienced something that most people could never ever dream about. Sylvia image flashed in my head, brighter and brighter. I would love so much for her to return from that camp with me. Maybe I have nothing to offer now, but my entry life is still ahead of me. I guess I learned a lot of useful lessons from these evenings. Couldn't think that it's all too perfect like it was writing digitally some simple plan. A loser hero, a fantastic incident, a wonderful transformation. I guess it's not possible. Not in this life. Well, I become the person I was before, only a day a week later. Well, it's the most regular course of evening. One thing for sure, I'll never be able to go back.